The burnt egg roll?
All right, all right.
We live, brother.
We live. Shout out to everybody tuned in. We're here with my man YoLAY Reverence. Am I saying your name correct?
YoLAY Reverence. You couldn't have said it any better, bro. You can call me Lay. You can call me YoLAY. It is what it is, bro.
I guess we can start there. Like, how did you come up with that name?
Well, first of all, YoLAY. So it's two separate things. You got YoLAY and you got Reverence, okay? But together, YoLAY Reverence. That's my artist stage name. YoLAY. Back in high school, it was a bit of a what's the word I'm looking for, brother? Where my nickname was Lazy, as almost it was like a joke. You know, he ain't lazy. It's almost like a joke. Stereotype. All right. So we're playing on stereotypes. Me and my rap partner back when we were about 13, 14, he was the menace. And he was the most chill motherfucker you'll ever meet. He would never get in a beef. If there was a fight with his best friend right there, he'd stand there and try to talk it out. You know what I'm saying? Where my nickname was Lazy. As a stereotype, you know what I'm saying? If there was ever any beef around me with my homies or myself, I'm the first one in that shit. You know what I'm saying? So me and my homie growing up, we grew up since day one. My homie, Dat Boy Kelly, shout out to Dat Boy. You know what I mean? I hope he's doing well. We keep in contact. He's one of my best friends. You know what I mean? We keep in contact, but at the same time, everyone's going through shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I seen him. Sorry to cut you off. I seen him in some of your IG pictures. So I was wondering, does he like do you still work with him in music?
Man, he goes hard. He goes hard as a motherfucker. And if I'm being real, like honestly, man, I've devoted about 10 years of my life to this game. Since about 14 of my life, I've been devoting my life to hip hop. And he was with me from day one. Nowadays, we've both drifted and we're both working on ourselves. We're both working on our own fucking goals. But since day one, we've worked with each other and we've just blended off each other. And the whole community in Sydney were just like, whoa, these two are they were all riding with us because they all were feeding off the energy that we fed off each other. It was just love and positivity of me and my brother, you know what I mean? So yeah. Whole city feeding off that, but my homie, one thing comes to another, work comes up. I wouldn't say work, but other issues, you know what I mean? Women, drama.
Yeah. You know, when I listen to your music, you said you've been in the game for like around 10 years now. And
yeah, you feel that. I don't know what song that was, but that's 100% correct, brother.
When I listen to your music, I could tell that you're not just starting off in the game. Like your sound, it sounds very polished. Even though you only have like 3 projects on Apple and Spotify right now.
That's patience. A lot of people, like where I'm from, a lot of people, they wake up and they want to be a rapper and they work on their craft for about 3 months to 1 year and they release a project and they think they're a rapper. But when they step in the real game, they ain't nothing. But you know, we've been there. We've all been a 1-year rapper, a 2-year rapper, a 3-year rapper. We've all been there. And that's figuring out yourself, figuring out your character, figuring out your sound. The fact that some people are there right now trying to say, I'm number one. I'm the king of this. I'm the king of that. When they've only been rapping for 5 years max. Are you kidding me? 5 years max, brother. You know what I mean? I've given up fucking sports, fucking women and everything beyond 5 years. So many stuff with 5 years is nothing, cuz. 5 years is nothing. Are you kidding me? As soon as I hear you've been rapping for 5 years, I think I'm at least double your rappability. And if you want to step to me, step to me.
Yeah.
Lyrically,
I feel you. And I definitely have been tuned in the last couple weeks since we started talking to your projects, man. I like them, you know, like it definitely sounds like you have some like Bone Thugs influence in there.
People be saying, look, I woke up and I've been only rapping for 2 years and I've got 50,000 people listening to me. Look, I'm special. Homie, you're special on Instagram. Instagram got invented 4 years ago. Let's talk about hip hop. Let's talk about rap. Let's talk about what's been around for at least 50, 40 years now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about my community, my Sydney. I love my people from my area because people hate Sydney for some reason. They think Sydney just make money, and that's it. We're just a bunch of corrupt motherfuckers that just make money because Canberra are the capital of Australia, but nah, Sydney is the capital. Do you feel me? Sydney is the actual capital where we make all the money. We have the city. We have everything popping in Sydney. You know what I mean? So when they feel like fucking Sydney is the place to be, people be repping Sydney like fucking crazy shit.
Yeah. I feel like after listening to your projects, and you know, I want to say props to the music, like off top, like I told you in the direct message, that track Side Piece off your newest project, Outspoken. I fuck with that track, man. Like that Side Piece, that's on my all-time favorite playlist songs now. How did that song come about?
Much love. Thank you for listening to that and checking it out on your playlist.
That's a burner right there. I love that track.
How long ago, brother? I fucking still bump that. You know what I mean? It's the fucking beautiful song. Let's be honest about how that song came about. I had a goal to do 2 mixtapes and drop them at the same time, because I was just working on different shit at the same time, and I had 2 projects done at the same time. So I thought, let's drop them at the same time. You know, so with Side Piece, that was never meant to make the mixtape. That was never gonna make the mixtape. That was just a random song that was done. I had 2 songs that had to be put on the mixtape because of copyright issues and pretty much copyright issues. You feel what I'm saying? Getting the rights to play it on the mixtape. Because apart from that, I had Locked Up with Akon. I had Akon with Locked Up. I couldn't get the rights to finish that. But let it be known, I'm going to release that on a non-profit basis, just for the people. Fuck the money. I don't need money. Keep the money. If Akon want the money, take the money. The people are going to listen to what I'm saying, and that's all I motherfucking care about. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So there's Side Piece and What We Won't Do. That's the 2 songs on that mixtape, Outspoken. And with that Outspoken, I was truly speaking from the heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel it.
Landed the Second Hands mixtape, Son of Will. That's a mixtape literally written. I re-recorded it when I was older, but it was written when I was 17.
Okay.
You could probably hear the sound. You know what I mean? It's a more getting into the game kind of vibe.
Yeah. I definitely see the growth from that project to your other 2.
So you got Outspoken, like you mentioned before. But then the other one, which like deep down, it's almost like my most proud project, Trade Your Life for One Night. Tilfont, Trade Your Life for One Night. So what that's based on is literally, I don't think I wrote, out of all the songs, I probably wrote 10% or 20% lyrics. The rest of it, I was going in the studio just with a vibe, just enjoying myself, and writing music that I liked. I didn't care about anything else. I was happy with life at the time that I wrote Trade Your Life for One Night. Unlike Outspoken and Son of Will, I was in a dangerous situation with life. But Trade Your Life for One Night, I was in a happy situation, not with everything, but money-wise, happy. Family-wise, happy. Relationship-wise, contemplative. You know, just little things, just trying to enjoy myself. But at the same time, there's people that saying, don't enjoy yourself. So that was Trade Your Life for One Night. My whole rap career, I couldn't enjoy myself on that one mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Every time I play that mixtape, I have to pour up drinks. I don't know what it is. I never wrote any lyrics to that. Every time I play that mixtape, everybody gets like loud to that.
I like the jewelry store off the first track on that project, and I like the last track, Ease Up. That track was dope. But overall, definitely the sound on there is definitely more, it's more happy. You know, I could tell the vibe on there is more like it has like some club track vibes on there, and just like chill. But I like it because it's like a kind of like showing your range. You could do like that type of music, kind of like to compare you to like Drake, right? How Drake can do like different sounds and still make it sound good. I feel like that's what you did on that project. It was more smoothed out sounds, but then you also hit people off with the flows, hard flows, like on Son of Will and Outspoken.
All right. I feel you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I mean, looking around your background, am I tripping right now? Do I see Biggie Ready to Die and Tupac posters?
Yeah, I grew up on Pac and Big. I'm 36 now, about to be 37 in 2021. So I kind of grew up listening to Big and Pac when I was in middle school. Now I was gonna say, before I forget, that Son of Will project, the cover, your album cover on there, like I was gonna tell you, I'm feeling those kicks that you're rocking on that cover, man.
The cover. What's the cover though? The shoes. The
Yeah,
shoes.
yeah, those are those Nike Air, I think, Unlimited joints, man, that they wore back. David Robinson wore those back in the early '90s. Those are tough.
Funny story, just for you, brother. First one in the world to hear this. All right. So with those kicks, yeah, whatever. I bought them where I could buy them, whatever. But with the mixtape cover, it was just meant to be my face. It was just meant to be my plain face, Son of Will. It was literally an expression of me, how I was living when I was 15 years old. The Son of Will mixtape was how I was living when I was 15 years old. So the mixtape is a picture of me with my pierced earrings and a beanie on my head, exactly how I fucking walked around, you feel me? But with Spotify and iTunes and with all these platforms and everything, they said that ain't good enough. We need some more, like as in quality. They need more quality with the picture, I guess. So I chucked them up with that picture with the kicks, you know what I mean? Done with the photographer, and they accepted that shit. They chucked it on, and ever since then, it's not necessarily a numbers game. It's not necessarily 20,000 people love or hate. They're not listening to my shit going, it's good, it's bad. All the people listening to my shit love my shit. You feel me? There's a couple people that are hating on my stuff, and I cause the haters in my life. The haters that are hating on my music, don't worry about my music. They're haters on me as a person. You feel me?
Yeah, fuck the haters.
Fuck the haters. If you ain't got haters, you ain't doing something right.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of your music, though, man. What is the significance, though, of the Son of Will name? Is that your dad's name, or is this a random name you came up with?
Son of Will. We had to think about what will is. It's a metaphor. It's a play on words. Will's not necessarily Will Smith. It's not Will the person. Will is the spirit, brother.
Got you.
Will's an attribute.
Yeah.
And my last name's Wilson.
Got you.
My last name's Wilson. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And back in the days, back when people were first getting their names, it was Will. Hey, your motherfucking name's Will. And then his child was the son of Will's son. You know what I'm saying? And
I like that.
That's how it was. And that's
dope.
how it was. It built since then. And why was his name Will? That's what I asked myself. Why was the first character of my family, why was his name's Will? Will, it wasn't a popular name back in the fucking 1900s. Will is fucking like strength, power, will, loyalty, respect. You know what I mean? He was Will. He was Will, and he had a son, the son of Will's son. And then it grew since then. He was the last name, and then the first names with the last name on attached.
Yeah.
I'm not the son of Will the person, I'm the son of Will the spirit.
Yeah. I appreciate you explaining that to me, because if you didn't tell me that, I would have thought, is this guy's dad's name Will?
My dad thought that himself. My daddy listened to that himself, and he was thinking the same thing. Had a quick search of your post, and I seen you a Bruce Lee fan.
Oh yeah.
Talk about it, G.
Bruce Lee. I mean, for me, I grew up in the Midwest, and in the Midwest of America, there's not too many Asian people, so not many people with small eyes like me. So we always, as a kid, look for people like in the media, I think, that we can relate to. So all the people that I listened to were African American, black, whatever you want to call it, because I play basketball, watch the NBA, and listen to rap music. So it's rare as a kid growing up in the Midwest of America that you see Asian people or people that look like me in the spotlight. So Bruce Lee was one of the first that I think me and a lot of other Asian people can look up to and say, yo, Bruce Lee's a real motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, all races fuck with him. Not, of course he had his haters, right? Just like anybody that's out in the public, you're gonna have your haters. But I feel
just like most people, your biggest haters are your closest people. Bruce Lee, he was such a fucking beautiful person. His energy radiated throughout the world, and yet his biggest haters. If you ask me, who's Bruce Lee's biggest hater? Chuck Norris. Why does that name come to head? Why does that name come to my mind? They asked him, hey, Chuck Norris, what would happen if Bruce Lee fought you in the spa? Chuck Norris goes, Bruce Lee's just an actor. He's not a real fighter like me. Come on.
Did you hear that story when in that movie? Do you remember that movie where Bruce Lee had that fight scene with Chuck Norris?
Yeah, man. I've seen, yeah.
They said they were fighting for real a little bit. You know, it got kind of like serious for a minute, and they say Bruce Lee got the best of him, but you know, I wasn't there, so it could be all rumors. You know what I'm saying?
It could be all rumors. It could be all rumors, but I believe it. You know what I mean? Chuck Norris. 1 minute he's Bruce Lee's student. The next minute Bruce Lee doesn't want to mess with me. I'm the man. Come on, cuz. The number one rule in the art of war is never outshine your master.
Yep, you know that.
What the fuck is this cunt talking about, bro? As soon as I heard that, I said, I'm never watching your show again. Whatever. Rattlesnake, bitch ass mother.
Oh shit. That's funny, man. But going back to your project though, that Son of Will, the last track on there, I think the last track on that project was called Son of Will. I was gonna ask you, like, the production on that song. I fuck with it. You know, it kind of has like the old school, like, kind of not really old school, but like I think early Kanye West, like, soul sample style beats with the sped up hooks and stuff. You know what I'm talking about, right? I was gonna ask you, like, how did the production come about on your projects?
So with that, it was a pure mastering thing. If you've listened to Outspoken, my latest mixtape, you'll hear Marching On. And you'll notice the singer I've got on that song, she starts off nice and slow. Soldier, keep on marching on. You know what I mean? As soon as the beat hits, she's still the same speed, but I've chopped it up to fit. And the same thing happened with Son of Will, where actually funny you mentioned Son of Will, because that song was never gonna make my mixtape. Like I mentioned, my mixtape is about me when I'm 15. It's me when I'm a young boy getting into the fucking situation that turned me into a man. But the last song on that was chucked on because people loved it so much. I just said, I just have to chuck it on. It's called Son of Will, like you mentioned, and it's about me having a kid. You know what I mean? Me having a kid and me having
hypothetically, or you had a kid for real?
I've got a kid for real. I've got a boy for real. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, crazy!
Shout out to Julian Henry. But
you never post any of his pictures on your IG though, huh?
If you look close, you'll see some things.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
in the stories. If you look close, you'll see some things. But that's not my character. You know what I mean? That's my family. That's who I am. But at the same time, it's also a weakness. Where I'm from, you understand? Family, you'd think, would be a self-defense. Like, yo, I'm with my missus and my kid, back off. I'll fuck with you when I'm ready to fuck with you. Not around Sydney, brother. They will toss that pram, they will smack your bitch, and they will fucking say, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's, I mention me personally so much, but the things around me, even the girl that I see at the time, I do not mention her, because I don't want her involved in that. In here, it's a different game. It's a different game for me personally. If you're a normal rapper, like, I don't know, some of the mainstream people, it's a different, you know, they're making music, it's all they do, and then they'll pretend they're seeing girls and they'll pretend they're living the street life, while I'm actually out here, fucking telling people to back off while I'm seeing this girl, and they're saying, why are you seeing that? For example, why are you seeing that black girl? Why are you seeing that black girl? You're a white boy. You're a white boy. Why are you talking that black music? You're a white boy. You're a white boy. And we get that out here, believe it or not. The good thing on my side is my best friends are Kiwis and Europeans, and I couldn't tell you any Australian best friends off the top of my tongue. When it comes to Lebanese, Kiwis, Europeans, you know, any international around me, that's what Australia is. It's multicultural. And the place that I grew up, I was fucking beautifully involved with that multicultural environment, and the top of the fucking breed, bro. Not the fucking bottom scum, like, hey, you know what I mean, we're just trying to get by. Nah, we going out there to fucking, we own the schoolyard, we own the fucking cinemas, we own the fucking shopping cinemas where I'm from, because it's every single breed, cuz. When you go, It's disgusting out here sometimes. Sometimes it's beautiful. Sydney is a beautiful rap game, but when you export it in whole Australia, it's almost like a nationality thing.
I was,
Lebanese versus
yeah,
what versus Australia versus Asians. Nah, bro, that's they're confused.
yeah. I was gonna ask you what. So you were born and raised in Sydney, correct?
Sydney, 100%. Sydney is my home. Sydney, I want to die in Sydney. Sydney is my home. Full stop. I was born in St. George Hospital. So when people ask me where I'm from, St. George. Now, what's St. George mean? It's pretty much after the city, before the Shire. And when I say Shire, that's the South Cronulla beach area. We're like the outskirts of the city. You know what I mean? Where the money doesn't make it, and where the rats make it.
Okay.
But me personally, Hurstville, South Hurstville to be exact, after a few years growing up there, I was about 10 to 12 when I moved to Redfern. Redfern is literally the outskirts of the city. So when you think about LA, California, you think about South Central LA.
Yep.
That is
Compton and all that, right?
that's Redfern.
Got you.
You got your city, and Redfern is just on the outskirts. It's not getting anything from the city, but it's getting all the drama from the suburbs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place. I spent a lot of time there. Redfern is a beautiful place to become a man. Trust me, cuz.
So, what was it like throughout your childhood? Do you feel like it was rough coming up, or there was good times, bad times, like anywhere? Talk about it.
A bit of both. A bit of both. So, like I mentioned, I grew up in Hurstville, 2220.
Okay.
South Hurstville to be exact. George Street is where my home was. And I grew up in a place where I thought my landlord was ripping us off. Because every week, every 2 weeks, all the time our power would cut out, man. And I'm not gassing you up. Our power would cut out. No hot water and no electricity, no lights, like candles and our torch, handheld torch.
Crazy.
So after a while, I started realizing it wasn't where we live in, it's the people around me. You know what I mean? My parents, they had very good jobs. They could definitely afford to keep the power on.
Yeah.
When I became old enough. So I started realizing my old man had somewhat of a gambling problem. I don't know if it's rectified now or not, but at the time,
You don't really keep in touch with your dad too much these days?
I keep in touch, man. I'm a grown man right now. I'm not the little boy I used to be. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm not the little boy I used to be. So right now, it's more of a friendly basis.
Got you. Yeah, sorry to cut you off. Yeah, keep going, man. My fault.
All good, brother. All good. So yeah,
So
my
you're
mum used to feed, and every fortnight, once a week, we'd have a good feed. Other than that, the 2 weeks, we'd think about what to eat. As in, like, search the cupboards, noodles, fucking bread, dry bread with nothing on it. We'd think about what to eat for 2 weeks, because 2 weeks until next paycheck. 2 weeks till next paycheck where we're from. Every 2 weeks, my mum started saying there's nothing left. As soon as she got paid, as soon as the money came in, there's nothing left. We don't understand what's happening. But as we grow older, our mum starts explaining, you know what I mean? Gambling problems. As soon as the money came in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People in our fucking bloodline were taking that and spending it, you know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
oh man, to be exact.
Yeah. So what kind of got you into hip hop then at that age, or at a younger age? I assume.
Hip hop or writing my own songs, or hip hop as a general.
I guess generally speaking, at first, we'll talk to me about that. Like, what kind of made you think, man, I like hip hop, and then I guess go into like, what made you be like, damn, I want to do this shit too.
Okay. So it wasn't necessarily like a feeling like, damn, I like hip hop. It was more like I liked music as a really young boy, as in like 2 to 3. My first ever present I ever remember getting as a little boy was a cassette player. That's a CD You put a CD in, you put the thing in, you press play, and it was Handsome.
I know that song, man. It's a good track. I used to fuck with that when I was a kid.
So I was just hypnotized. I was hypnotized. I would listen to music like rock, singing, blah blah blah, and then Eminem came along with a few songs like Mockingbird, a few mainstream songs, Mockingbird, Lose Yourself. But I think Lose Yourself came around at that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I remember hearing Mockingbird and thinking, what the fuck? So I had a birthday. And I get a gift. I open that gift and it's like Summer Jams 2000 or whatever with Eminem Mockingbird. And I'm like, yeah, and all these other weird artists I don't care about, right?
Mm-hmm.
I chuck in the CD in my new radio because they gave me a radio for my birthday when I'm like 4 or 5 years old. Boom, chuck it in. I hear, boom, boom, those who wish to follow me. My ghetto gospel. I welcome with ghetto gospel with Tupac was on that CD. I just sat there just like, what the fuck's happening? And I hear, if I could recollect from my hood days, I sit there reminiscing. You know what I mean? I was just like, that was it. That was it for me, brother. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I learned every word of that song alone. Mockingbird, I already knew. Ghetto Gospel alone, I knew every word, and people were like, my family were like, what the fuck? Like out of every song on that shit, number one. And that was it for me. That was it for me personally. So Eminem really introduced it, but Tupac was the guy that got me like devoted.
Yeah, I fuck with both of those cats heavy. If you asked me my top 5 MCs of all time, I would definitely have Tupac and Eminem in there.
Oh, crazy.
But that's dope, man.
People these days, they say, if you say what's your top 5, some of them don't know Tupac, man. And they only know Eminem off his latest stuff, which isn't necessarily his heaviest stuff. If you feel where me and you are coming from,
Yeah.
Heaviest stuff is when he was really like with Nate Dogg, Soul Soldier, all
Mhm.
that stuff.
The Eminem Show, Marshall Mathers LP.
They don't know that. All these young cats don't know that. They don't know Tupac at all. When it comes to Eminem, they just guess.
Yeah. What kind of made you get into like writing your own raps and then wanting to do it as a career?
Going back, I've always been writing, as in pen to paper. First thing is drawing. I'm an artist first. I'm not a rapper. I'm an artist. Drawing was first when I was a little boy. Before I knew anything, I was drawing. And then it was poetry. And then after poetry, I was writing books. And I'm not talking about fucking like no kiddie little books. I was about 7 years old, and I would have vivid fucking dreams. And I would wake up and I would write novels about those dreams. And I've only written about 4. It's not like I wrote like a day after a day. Like these were like pages after pages, chapters after chapters. They were proper books. They're not weeks after weeks. They're proper books that took about 6 months each. You know what I mean? I took my time as a fucking 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old. I took my time in books. When I got to high school with the big boys, the first ever rap I wrote was a diss in case someone came up to challenge me in a rap battle. I went home one day and I was like, what if someone comes up to me one day for a rap battle? And I put my pen to the paper, and that was my first ever rap. It was like, you ain't fucking, it was a diss to these people coming to me. You know what I mean? So that's how I got introduced to the game.
That's dope, man.
I started hanging out with one homie that he danced like a motherfucker. R&B, hip hop, everything but like head spins. He did everything but head spins.
Crazy.
I'd rate him in my top 5 dancers of all time. And this is that boy Cali. He raps as well. That boy. But
okay, so he was the one that you're talking about as far as like the B-boy?
That's right. He dances, he raps a bit. He goes hard. But at the same time, everyone's got their own like life issues to overcome before they step into the real game. So,
yeah.
I'll see him on the other side and he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But I mean, is it like, you know, you speak very highly of him, like you guys are boys, but is there kind of like a bad blood or beef currently?
It's funny you say that, man. It's funny you say that because I get that question asked a fair few times, but through homies, not through like interviewers or anything. Through
Yeah.
actual blood homies, like
Mhm.
relatives. What's going on with you and that boy? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Nothing's going on. We're all good. We still fuck with each other. We still vibe. But at the same time, like I stress the importance. He's got his own stuff to overcome. He really has his own stuff to overcome. You know what I mean? And I've spent so long getting away from relatives and friends to overcome my own demons. And now, thank God, I'm back in the game. And people are blind if they don't realize you have to work on yourself before you fucking put yourself out there. At the very least.
Yeah. I feel you.
So he's at that stage where he's actually probably going to be getting married. If not getting married, he's going to be vibing out. You know what I mean? Whatever he does, he's doing his thing.
I feel like for you, man, I feel like you have a great skill and talent, man. When I listen to you, like I said, it doesn't sound like you fucking were only doing it for like a year and then you all of a sudden was like, yo, let me put some shit out on Apple or Spotify. Like I feel like your shit is polished, like it's clean from the production to the lyrics to your presentation. And I feel like you deserve more love, man. I'm sure you get enough love around from the people that you know you fuck with, but I feel like on a mainstream level, I feel like you have the potential to be that dude. You know what I'm saying? But is that something that you feel like you want?
It's not necessarily something that I think about too much. When I think about mainstream, I think about my family because I'm happy right now. Like if you look around me, I'm so close to heaven. I don't know the difference. As in, yeah, money I could be billionaire. I could be a billionaire, fair enough. Apart from that, I got my family. I got enough money to get food. I got enough money to get fucking high. I got my family, and that's the main thing. I got a roof over my head. And where I come from, that's pretty much heaven. So with all these other people talking about views and Instagram likes and stuff like that, look, you're gonna keep getting compared to people like Lil Baby, Juice World, fucking you name it, brother, name it. Name the people out there right now. Name the rap artists on the TV right now. The rappers on the TV right now, please.
Damn, I would say, you know what's funny is because like I'm old, I'm 36 now, so some of the younger cats. But off the top of my head right now, if I had to say who's kind of popping, I would say like Little Dirk. He just put out a project last week that I listened to all the way through. It's called The Voice. Like I thought that was a good project from a younger artist. Um,
Okay.
Mainstream, you always got to put Drake in there.
So right there, let's pause it right there.
Uh huh.
I was with you for a second. I was like, all right, new artist. I ain't really listened to him, so I can't really judge. As soon as you said he put Drake on it, did he put Drake on a mixtape or an album?
No, well, Drake had a new song that he put out called "Laugh Now, Cry Later" featuring Little Dirk. But I was just saying Drake in general.
So right
Drake.
there,
Hmm.
we're gonna talk about independency. We're gonna talk about real artists because people out there. Because I was a fan of music one day, man, and I loved people that grinded for themselves. I didn't like Universal, fucking all these Virgin Musics and all these Capitol Records and all this shit putting out the music and almost judging the character. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
What I'm doing is purely independent. Purely what I say. What I say goes out, and the money that comes in goes straight to me, brother. The people around me having already invested in me. As soon as they heard me, they've put the money down. All I have to do is give the money back, which comes ASAP, straight away. Before I release the music, the money that they're putting out is already back. So it's just money, profit. It's not going through Universal. It's not going through second parties. It's not going through third parties. It's going straight to the artist. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I don't
Hmm.
have any say on how I talk. I don't have any say on how I look. I
Yeah.
don't have say on anything, brother. And I like your shirt. Let's mention that, guys.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people they a lot of artists that were signed to mainstream labels later on, they go independent and they always say, "Damn, I should have went independent earlier on." But on the flip side of that, I would say if you're an independent artist, you might not have the marketing dollars behind you from a big company, right? To like kind of like pump your shit to like everywhere, right? And get your numbers and views up. But like if that's not your main intention from creating your artwork, then I feel like that's not necessary. You could be independent, right? And still, like you said, make enough money to survive and eat and live comfortably and still be free creatively. So that's the trade-off, right?
You're a rapper that wakes up one day and you want to put in 5 years. If you want to put in 5 years before you go mainstream and think that you've got every technique and every skill and every flow and every sound developed and your goods, you're going to end up fucking in a bit of a shitty situation. With me, I've already mastered it many years before all these people putting out their sound. I've already heard it. If it's not from me, it's from other rappers. Do you know what I'm saying? The only difference is the marketing and the promoting behind it.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
I feel you.
That. The people need to see behind the marketing and the promoting and realize, hey, if I met this guy and I sat down with him and he's talking about the people, he's talking about sticking up for one another. If someone came in and put a gat to my head, what would this rapper do? If I was supporting him with my life and I said, I'm your greatest fan, let's hang out and we're drinking and we're chilling, what's up, homie? And then someone busted in the room, put a gat to my head, and I look at that rapper and I said, hey, you've got the strap, and he's running away. That's 90% of the rappers these days, man. And that's a lot of the old school rappers are trying to talk about it. The only thing is I'm a new school rapper talking about it. You feel me? The only difference is I'm a young cat talking about these young cats. I'm not afraid of it. Because why? Because this hip hop shit is not a comparison to the real shit in life. I'll tell you, brother.
Yeah.
The worst thing that could happen to me is I get backstabbed and get fucking shot and killed. That's the worst thing that can happen to me. And what happens after that? What happens after I get fucking backstabbed and shot and killed? After my message that I'm delivering right now, letting you know that people are going to be like, what the fuck? This guy's almost predicting exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's cats these areas, man. LA, guns talk in LA. Over here, man, it's knives.
Yeah.
It's busting in your house with knives, and it's swords, guns every now and then. Trust me, people are being stuck up with guns.
Yeah.
But guns is real money. Guns is real money. Shanks is what I've been put through, but guns is what I'm gonna be put through. You know what I'm saying? What is
like kind of like the long-term vision? Like you've been grinding for like 10 years now, and it seems like you're doing pretty well, I guess. You know, financially, you're okay.
Like for 10 years. It's because I started so young. Because I've been in the game so young, it seems like I've been going 10 years straight. But really, you really have to put yourself in my position. I started rapping amongst a drug game. So not only, before I get into the rap game, I got to get myself out of the drug game. After I get myself out of the drug game, I got to get myself in the local game. When I get myself in the local game, state, country, then global. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Throughout that, there's court cases, there's arrests, there's fucking enemies, there's beefs, there's fucking all this bullshit going on. So it's not necessarily 10 years straight. 100%. Right. I've been rapping and making music since I had a SingStar mic stolen from, like, you know, the internet cafes where they had the headsets. Me and my boys stole one of them to record music when we were 13, 14, whatever. Stole an internet cafe headset and reported Audacity, free, and put our heads in a wardrobe with clothes all over us, and we recorded our music. That's exactly how we did our music. You know what I mean? So when people are talking about fucking, hey, you know, we're the best shit, we're the kings. How long you been rapping for? 5 years. We've been rapping for 5 years. As soon as I hear 5 years, what? What? Am I getting old right now? Hold on, guys. because the people on my street still respect me more than they respect you. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? The only difference is the money, because who's running with packs? Who's running with packs? And who's solo dolo till they motherfucking die?
Yeah.
Trust me, my homies around me. I got my homies around me, but the work ethic, they know what's up. My work ethic is 24/7, at least 2 songs a day, since I was 15 years old, cuz whether I publish them or not, I'm writing and writing and working and working. I got myself out of the game to do that. You know what I mean? So they know what's up. They were with me at the start. Can you keep up every day, 2 songs a day? How many people keep up over 5 years? 0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I hear these people saying they rap 5 years or 4 to 5 years, come on, cuz. Let's see what's going on after you got all those numbers. When you drop all those numbers, let's see how long you work. Let's see how long you work after that. Because
Yeah.
I still got my homies around me, cuz, and they're still better than all these motherfuckers. Trust me, they're still way better.
What I feel you. What is the current hip hop scene in Sydney right now? Like, is it like something where it's like people you have a lot of competition right now, or do you feel like you are the competition, like you're that main dude in Sydney?
I wouldn't say I was the main dude. I just say that I was the person that no one wants to compete with. Do you know what I mean? No one wants to step with me. Why? Because resumes speak for themselves. I'm not talking finance. I'm not talking corporates. I'm not talking government. I'm talking hip hop. Your hip hop resume speaks for yourself. All right? How many songs have you done? I've done about 100, 200. All right, cool. How many's YoLAY done? 2,000, 3,000? All right, cool. How real are you? How often do you do the shit that you rap about? I haven't done it yet, but I probably will. Okay. Once or twice, whatever. YoLAY is rapping about his life. All right. How much of the money that the person that you're talking to do you receive? Oh, it doesn't go to me. It goes to the group. It goes to the studio. It goes to the label. Whatever. The money goes to me, cuz. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How often do you rep your side? South side, north side, west side, east side. I'm Sydney.
Yeah.
Not only am I Sydney, but I've reached out to more people from Texas, fucking Canada, fucking India, fucking you name it, bro. All over the globe, I've reached out to people when I was a young teenager. And like, still to this day, like I'm trying to get through fucking fan mail. I'm still trying to get through radio shit saying I played your shit. And I'm saying, when did you play my shit? When you were 17 years old. So they're really not competing, brother. They're really not competing. They're all in a group. Show your face. Like, who are you as an artist?
Right.
I'm the only one when I was a young kid walking through the city, walking through the beach, and people be screaming out, YoLAY. And that's where YoLAY came from. Like I said, the nickname was Lazy. And me walking through cities and clubs and shit with my crew, I hear people screaming, YoLAY, 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 YoLAY. And I said, oh shit, that sounds dope.
Yeah.
YoLAY it is. The crowd vibing it. Everyone's vibing it. You know what I'm saying? Everyone coming up these days, they're just in it. Like, give them time, brother. Give them time. Like, really, I hold it in, but at the end of the day, positive energy, give them time, and they're going to try and find themselves. Once they find themselves, then judge them for who they are. Not judge them for the group or the record label that's telling them what to say or do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Judge them for who they are. Until we get there, we may never get there.
Yeah. Prior to 2020, you know, this year we've had that COVID-19 that's kind of put a halt to like a lot of like live performances, live shows, just people going out in general. What prior to COVID, what was your like live performance, stage performance? Were you like booking a lot of shows and getting it in?
Brother, nothing's changed since COVID, brother. Nothing has changed since COVID, man. I've deliberately kept it that way. Before COVID hit, I told myself, if everything shut down, I'm good. While everyone's stressing out buying toilet paper and all this other shit, I'm telling myself it's all good. Because I've been, at this stage, I'm 23, and I've been struggling a long time, brother. All these people stressing out. Nothing's changed since COVID's hit, man. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. If I want a show booked, I'll get a show booked. Believe that.
Yeah, I feel you.
In Sydney, lately, there's been a few cases. There's been a few cases in Sydney, but other than that, it's really looking positive for us. But we feed off America's energy. I try and tell Australia that, like, we really, all these other countries around you, we feed off your energy. Everything you say goes. We wait till you say it. We'll play it along, like, oh, we're all good, we're all this. As soon as you say this has come up, we'll be like, this has also come up. As soon as you say this is all good, we'll say this is also all good. It's been like that for the last fucking 20 years, bro. It's been like that for fashion. It's been like that for hip hop. It's been like that for everything, brother. Everything.
I feel you. I feel you. If you had to say like who is the biggest like hip hop artist to come out of Sydney, like who would you say?
YoLAY Reverence, brother. Because I'm looking from a legacy perspective. So while all these other hip hop artists are getting compared to other hip hop artists from Sydney, like fucking, you're getting compared to, at the very most, you're getting compared to fucking Juice WRLD, Lil Uzi Vert, fucking Cardi B. I don't know. All I know is they're talking to me about Bone Thugs, Tupac, fucking this, AAZ, fucking Nas, you know what I mean? The Mobb Deep. They're talking to me about real proper artists, and I'd rather be in that conversation as last place than first place in a fucking Nelly, Cardi B, fucking discrimination section. You feel me?
Two things I want to ask you about. One, Bone Thugs, like I see that like I mentioned earlier, you have a heavy like I feel Bone Thugs influence, and Bone Thugs is probably like my favorite group of all time. And so I think that's part of the reasons that kind of keeps me interested in your music is, you know, you have that double time fast flow, and you were able to do a track with Bizzy Bone. Like, how did that track come about?
That track, personally, with my flow, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. With
No
my
doubt.
flow, like honestly, man, when I first listened to hip hop, it was instrumentals. It was Wu-Tang instrumentals. My first, like, apart from the Tupac and the mainstream stuff, when I first started writing raps, it was to Bone Thugs beats, Wu-Tang beats, Mobb Deep beats, East Side beats, West Side beats. I didn't know the rappers. I knew the beats rapping before I knew the actual rappers. And then after I listened to my song, people would be like, do you know the original? I'd be like, what's the original? They'd show me the original. I'd be like, oh, I can't believe I'm rapping on this motherfucker's beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Bizzy Bone, to be exact, he's an icon to me, man. A true idol. And you can hear it when you fucking listen to me, because when I first started rapping, I was almost intimidated by the Bone Thugs sound because I was so young. I'm listening to Tupac and Eminem and fucking, it was mainstream shit, brother, like whack shit. So apart from Tupac and Eminem, they're the fucking straight up real motherfuckers. Apart from them, it was Nelly, Soldier Boy, fucking all this mainstream stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when people played Bone Thugs, I would be like, bro, this shit fucking sounds like murder. Like, I ain't trying to kill nobody right now. I'm a young boy right now. I'm a young boy when I'm saying this. Like, turn it off, man. I'm not trying to kill no one. Like, and then when I get older and I start rapping myself, I start appreciating their craft. And I'm like, holy motherfucking shit. The harmonies, the melodies, the fucking layers, the fucking flows, the fucking ad-libs, everything put into one. The duo, everybody put into one. It was just beautiful, especially with me, with my homies. It was just beautiful us to look on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it must have been very exciting for you to get Bizzy Bone on a track. How did that collaboration come about with him?
So being intimidated, I eventually start appreciating, start loving, and then start fucking idolizing. And start being like, bro, these motherfuckers sound how I sound. I'm trying to rap. And it's been like that with a few other rappers. I won't mention their names. A few other American rappers. I won't mention their names. But like, it's just like, bro, like I'm trying to build my character, but it sounds like so many other motherfuckers. So I'm trying to find my lane and stuff. Bone Thugs were people I just couldn't get away from. They were just so beautiful. Over the years, 5 years, 3 years, whatever. After 10 years, I'm drinking, I'm smoking. and I'm sitting on my bed, and I think to myself, something's talking to me. It's saying, hit this motherfucker up. I think I'm listening to Bone Thugs. Sitting on my bed, listening to Bone Thugs, drunk as fuck, just listening to Bone Thugs, and something's saying, hit this motherfucker up. And it's saying, hit Bizzy up. Hit this motherfucker up. Hit him up.
Mm-hmm.
I sent a message to Bizzy Bone, and it's about 11 p.m. Sydney. So what? 6 a.m. America, 5 a.m. America. And I'm fucking about to pass out. I hit a message up, and it was literally people telling me, message this motherfucker, message this motherfucker. So I listened to my conscience. I messaged him, not about making a song with him, just about, yo, just how I felt, really. It's hard to explain, but just how I felt about him. Right. And I fucking, as soon as I send it, I wait about an hour. I'm still buzzing, drinking, smoking. I'm about to pass out. I hear ding. I get a message on my phone. As I'm about to pass out, I look at my phone. It says, Mr. McCain. I look at the shit, and he says, I fuck with you. Let me know when you're ready. And I said, what the fuck does that mean? I sit there rubbing my eyes and shit, and then I just start jumping. Because he's my idol. He's literally like, I saw him live perform, and I was ready to die after the performance. I was like, I've seen you live. That's it. I've fulfilled my destiny. Just watching you fucking rock it. You know what I feel?
Mm-hmm.
After he sent the message back saying, I fuck with you. Let me know when you're ready. I would just fucking slap myself. I jumped in the studio at my house, and I started recording, like writing. I probably wrote the song in about 20 minutes. I recorded in the next 40 minutes. I edited it within the next 4 to 5 days. So I recorded that night before I went to sleep, edited the next 4 to 5 days, and then sent it back to him. And he was like, holy shit, it's crazy. And then he started writing to it. But I didn't know, because I'm just on my end talking to him. I'm like, yo, he's like, oh, yeah, whoa, this is fire, this is crazy, I can't wait till you hear it. And I said, what? He's like, I can't wait, this fucking fire, I can't wait till you hear it. I'm like, bro, you're just talking shit. He goes, no, I can't wait till you hear it. And I said, when are you sending it back? For me to hear? And he said, I'm recording it tomorrow. So he was rehearsing it since I sent it to him. He was rehearsing, fucking such a professional like that. He went to the studio the next day, whatever. I wake up the next day in Sydney, and I look at my phone, and he's on Instagram Live. And I click it, and he's in the studio recording my song, his verse on my song. And I'm like, I get crazy. I call everybody around Sydney. Everyone's going crazy. They're all fucking bumping this shit. Everyone that loves the fucking true hip hop, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Plug that track. What's the title of the track again?
Don't Be Fooled.
Don't Be Fooled. Yeah, that's a dope track. I played it a couple times. Who did the production on that beat or on that track? You said yourself. You produced the track?
Yeah. So with Bizzy Bone's verse, with everything with the song, yes, me. With Bizzy Bone's verse, his producer touched it up, then sent it to me to retouch it up. So it went through 2 producers for Bizzy's verse. For me, just me.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess that's the next thing I want to talk about is your production. Like all your beats, like it sounds good, man. I like the vibes and the different styles and different sounds. Like, are you the main producer of your own records, or do you have like outside people producing some tracks too as well?
Yeah, you said it, brother. So I'm the main person that says the final say with all the sound and with everything, with every beat. Every now and then we will purchase a beat of someone that's putting in work and making good beats, but most of the time I have people making beats for me. Beautiful beats, beautiful crazy beats. Sometimes they fucking sound whack as shit. But apart from that, like, they're straight investors, man, so they want to see me fucking reach my full capacity and they're going to deliver me the best beats they can. And they're all making them themselves, and it's like that. Like with hip hop, man. Like it's an experience thing. If you got 3 years of experience making beats, talking to a rapper that's got 8 years rapping, for example, at the time, it doesn't really mash up. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of finding or teaching that motherfucker like all you know. Like, come on, bro. Like, put it in this clap there, this fucking sound here, boom, 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 this percussion that. But around Sydney, I'm telling you, man, ain't no one really got the real work ethic. There is people that have been working as long as me, but when it comes to how many fucking joints have you put down, how many songs have you written, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, on your Outspoken project, you have a diss track where you took Logic's beat and you go at him a little bit. What is that, a real beef? And if it is, like, how did that come about?
I wouldn't say it's a real. It's a weird beef. Like, I would definitely go up to him if I saw him in the street, just for the fact this motherfucker walking around taking shit that's not his.
What did he take? I'm not familiar. I'm familiar with Logic's work, but I'm not familiar with like what you speak of as far as like what he took.
My angle, yeah, I feel what you're saying. It's like hip hop is more than just words, man. It's a lifestyle. It's no more than a lifestyle. It's giving back to the people that you came from. You know what I mean? Sampling, whatever. When I say sampling, I don't mean biting lyrics. I don't mean stealing lyrics. As soon as you steal lyrics, you get disqualified. I could have dissed many people on that song. I just chose to fucking choose Logic because that beat was fire. You know what I'm saying? I heard that fire and was like, okay, Joyner Lucas is real. I listen to Joyner Lucas. Trust me. I listen to all these people. I listen to Sydney people. Why? Because I've been to all these studios and I know these people before they fucking know themselves. You feel me? But when I listen to Joyner, I feel, okay, he's put in work. Full stop. Next. Logic, what am I listening to? I've heard that before. All right, sounds cool, but I've heard that before. All right, sounds cool. And then I look at, who is this guy saying it? And I look at his background. No wonder he's talking shit. He's not about the life that he's talking about. And that's why if you listen to the intro of my song, Baby Genius, it's actually a sample of Logic's bit. Logic says, what's beef? Beef is when you murder motherfuckers on the street, kill them all, nah, what's beef? Nah, cuz, you don't understand what beef is. That's why I put it at the front. You don't understand what beef is. Let people be known nice and early. What's beef? Whatever you're saying, cuz, I've listened to it. It ain't beef. Trust me. What you're saying, like, it's far from beef, brother. It's far from beef. It's like rich boy beef. It's like cup of tea beef. Like, put a sugar in my tea. What's beef? Like,
yeah.
Come on. So I ain't really, and the fact that he's making all the money puts him in the rob category. He's robbing the game. He's robbing the game. He's stealing people's life. He's talking about people's life like a lot of artists do. That have ghostwriters. A lot of artists have ghostwriters. They talk about other people's lives. And what does that do? Those people whose lives are actually being already talked about, they can't talk about their lives. So it's actually holding back hip hop, right? So hip hop can't talk about this new cat and this new cat because Drake's already talked about it. Fucking Macklemore's already talked about it. Logic's already talked about it. Come on, man. These other people are actually living it. Not talking about it. That's how I feel personally.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, Logic, I feel like with him, he his first project, that Under Pressure, I think, his first like full like studio album, LP, like I thought it had some dope tracks on it. And then he had that, I guess his biggest hit was probably that 1-800 Suicide Hotline track. You know what song I'm talking about?
And where did that idea come from?
He got it from somebody, right? Somebody had that before him. Who did? Joyner Lucas?
I mentioned that in my song. He stole the whole concept of Joyner Lucas because Joyner Lucas had the song with his mobile number. If you have suicidal problems, call me. Logic's like, oh, this is dope. My whole album, boom. And after this interview, search it up. You'll find exactly what I'm talking about. Nowadays, they've shaken hands and they've said no worries because money talks for these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? They're willing to shake hands and say it's all good. After that, after your whole album was stolen. Anyways, I'm feeling the shirt, bro. Is that the Bizzy Bone mantra?
Yeah. Oh, the shirt. Yeah. I had to support Bizzy Bone because I'm like you, man. I'm a big Bone Thugs fan, and hopefully one day, one of my goals or dreams is to like have a podcast episode with like each one of them, you know, and then just kind of like do what we're doing, smoke weed, drink a little bit, and you know, talk about their life and story, which you know a lot of people know already, but I feel like you know every conversation can go down a different road. So me and you, we could do the same episode tomorrow and then the conversation might be totally different, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna chuck a quick piss. I imagine you had Bizzy Bone and like he started feuding with the rest of the Bone Thugs on your show.
I gotta take a piss too, and then yeah, we'll keep going, man. Yeah, I appreciate your time still, man.
All good, G. Hit it up and I'll be right back in 2 minutes.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Yo, I see you, brother. I'm here. I'm about to blaze some trees out of this. This is what I blaze out of, this Rick and Morty bong right here. Yeah. But I'm gonna hit it, and then I gotta go outside and blow the smoke outside because I live with my girl and she don't like me smoking weed in the house. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be right back. I'm gonna hit this though.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. YoLAY.
At the finest podcast with a half time break.
We back. You might see a different burnt egg roll right now, man. Once after I blaze trees, after I take a good bong rip, man, my mind starts thinking different thoughts, you know?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh man. So yeah, man. Like I said, once again, man, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this episode with me, man. Hopefully I can, you know, make it all nice and pretty and then promote it proper so we can get some, you know, I think at the end of the day, you know, we both are kind of like on the independent grind, but at the same time, even though you grind independent, whether you're independent or mainstream, we all want the same thing, you know what I mean? At
the end of the day, you know what I mean? I respect people that are putting in work. That's full stop. I respect people that are putting in work. And if I see artists putting in work, you know, people hit me up with a feature and shit like that. I hit their posts and I see nothing. Let me see you put in work. You know what I mean? For you, for example, I see you put in work. That's what I was talking about. You know, where'd you get inspiration with Bruce Lee? You were talking about it before. You want to go into like that a bit more?
Nothing too like anything more I have to say on that. All I would say was that, like I said, we growing up in the Midwest, middle of America, not many Asian people there. You don't see many Asian people on Hollywood, you know, in Hollywood, on the big screen. So Bruce Lee was one of those few dudes as a kid that as an Asian person you can look up to, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like maybe Jeremy Lin. Who else? Jeremy Lin. I'm trying to think. Oh, in the rap game, I would say there's some young Asian rappers in the rap game today. Like, have you heard of this artist named Stupid Young?
Nah, I haven't heard of him yet.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's $ for stupid, right? $. So Stupid Young. That's his rap name. But this dude, he reps Long Beach. He's an Asian Crip. You talked a little bit earlier about like people being real, right? And if you look at his background like on YouTube and then you listen to his rap, you would be like, damn, this motherfucker's real. You know? But the only thing that I think is kind of funny is that, you know, when I was coming up, there were Asian rappers like in the 90s and 2000s, but there wasn't any Asian rappers that felt confident enough to use the N-word. This cat Stupid Young, he drops the N-word all the time, man, and he's full Asian. There's no black in him. He's all Asian, and he drops the N-word like, I don't know, like name any black comedian like Richard Pryor, you know, Martin, or the Wayans brothers, you know, Marlon Wayans.
I don't really know him personally, but what I can say is if he's anything like me, it's not about the words you say. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People around you, like, he's probably hanging out with fucking 24 motherfucking African American people right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So who the fuck is anyone to tell him what to say?
Right.
Okay? Especially when they're calling him that 24/7. And that's my angle. With it personally, I try and stray away from it just because it takes away from the craft of like thinking for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like even my idols, they use the word to fucking improvise in a lot of words. They use that word to fucking fill in instead of,
Yeah.
thinking about a broader word.
That Born to Fight track was pretty tough too. That's on Outspoken.
Outspoken is my heart. Outspoken is literally like, it's me diverted into a mixtape where Trade Your Life for One Night, which was released at the same day, was more emotions. You know what I mean? I didn't write down one word. I was living good at the time, I think I mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any dramas with food, roofs, family. The only issues was with women. So I was talking about that. And that's Trade Your Life for One Night. Like, I've traded everything that I've worked for this one night of fucking living life with a woman. And that's what that whole purpose is. And then you look to Outspoken, and it's like, palm that woman to a side, real shit.
Yeah. I could definitely feel like the vibe in that Trade Your Life for One Night. Like, you actually do some singing on there. Like, you have a pretty good singing voice.
Yeah, a lot of people love the singing voice, and a lot of people prefer the rap. With the singing, I was almost a singer before I was rapping. So,
oh yeah,
before I listened to rap, I was listening to Linkin Park.
Oh yeah, no shit.
It's got a bit of rap in it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, my part, the bits where I fucking came in was fucking Chester Bennington. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Chester Bennington.
Yeah.
So when he came in, that was my time to shine. Because I was singing with friends, family. Everyone was rocking to Nirvana, Linkin Park, Metallica. Before I got introduced to hip hop, I was the dark horse in my family. I was on my own listening to hip hop.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they all listen to hip hop. Just like nowadays, they all dress hip hop and they all, do their hair hip hop, and everyone catches on after a while and realizes trends. I hate trends personally.
Yeah.
I hate personally, but it is what it is. Everyone drives trends.
Yeah. Yeah, I like your style today, man.
Thank you, brother. Likewise. I can't get over that shirt and that left poster on my left and on your right.
Yeah. You have that cool Tupac, man.
Oh man, hey, curve to the left real quick. Look at that. You see that on my wall?
Yeah, man. That's Pac. That's dope.
Goes everywhere. G, if you
Sorry, man. I'm too high. I'm too high right now, man.
So how's life out in LA anyway?
It's cool, man. Yeah. I mean, I like it because weed is legal. That's all I gotta say. Now I was gonna ask you, did you ever travel to Los Angeles or anywhere in America?
Yeah. I've been to LA. Even Sydney's my home. LA's my people. There's a lot of homeless though. Fucking, that's the main thing that I take back from LA, brother. Like a homeless man. What are you smoking on? What's that weed out in there?
It's OG Kush. OG Kush. No, the reason I'm too high right now is because I haven't been smoking a lot of weed the past week or so.
Oh, you been building it up?
Yeah. Sometimes I like to take breaks from smoking weed. Yeah, not too long, but every once in a while, I like to see how my mind operates when I'm sober, you know what I mean? Because if you smoke weed every day, that becomes your normal or your regular, right?
Yeah. That's where I'm at the moment. But when you're sober, like you said, that's where you start figuring out where you want to be.
Yeah.
Because the weed grows you mentally, but you need to be sober to prioritize that. If you continuously smoke and you keep growing your mental and shit, you're never prioritizing your shit. You're always just smoking and getting mentally fucked up. You're going to end up in a spiritual dimension,
Yeah.
You're at the stage where you've been smoking for ages, and now you've taken a while to obviously let that smoke sink in. and then you're gonna get high and let that shit even hit you even harder than before.
I always get higher, like the longer breaks I take. The first time I smoke again, like I definitely get a lot higher.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have that, like, to where, you know how a lot of weed smokers, they always say, like, I'm always chasing that first high, the first time I ever got high. I would say, like, if the longer break you can take before you smoke, so like say you don't you're used to, your body's used to smoking like every day, and then you stop for like a long period of time, like the longer you can wait to smoke again, like I think that's almost like the first high. Like right now, man, like I'm pretty high. Like that's why I was having that laughing trip, you know what I'm saying? Because I was too high. Now I'm starting to settle down again. How do you get weed out there, man?
Lucky for me, I've been affiliated with the game since before I left school. I've been in the dealing weed game since I left high school, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's always been a part of my life. 50% of my friends were fucking straight brothers, never did any drugs or anything like that. They would die for me. 50% of my friends were straight drug fiends. They were my money. So I know exactly where they're coming from with the whole marijuana scene. If it was legal out here, you know, dealers would stop making a lot of money, and maybe there'd be a lot of beefs on the block stopped and shit. But man, other than that, LA's the place to be. Amsterdam's the place to be if you want to smoke weed. Me personally, I smoke it to fucking eat with my appetite. I smoke it to sleep with my nausea. And then it catches on and you start smoking to fucking do everything. Smoking to write lyrics, smoking to hang out with people, smoking just to fucking get out of bed in the morning. You know what I mean? That's where you need to start fucking getting a hold on it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people it's hard to. Because fucking they'd rather not. You know, because the reason you take care of yourself when it comes to smoking marijuana is because you're thinking about tomorrow or the next month or the next year. You're saying, tomorrow I don't want to be fucked up. You know, in a week's time I want to be healthy. In a month's time, in a year's time I'm going to be good. In a year's time I'm going to be working out. But a lot of these people, they're not thinking about the next hour. Their life is over. A lot of people's life is like, even though it sounds depressing and suicidal, they're not all committing suicide, but I guarantee a lot of them are saying, fuck, who gives a fuck about tomorrow? I'm going to hit this shit right now. I'm going to go out and do whatever I need to do right now. You know what I mean? Because they're not thinking about anything else. Trust me, guys.
Yeah. And
like I mentioned with all these other rappers talking about that life, how you going to talk about that life when you're 20 years old? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you going to talk about that life when I've been there and done that? There's no comparison. These people can't touch me, bro. I'm telling you, cuz. That's why they don't want to mention no motherfucker. The only people mentioning me is real motherfuckers. The only people bumping my shit is real people that don't want to fuck with the other bullshit. And I'm talking about the same shit that everyone hears. You want that trap sounds, you want that trap high kicks, you want that Travis Scott sound, you want those ad-libs. Like, it's all the same shit. I love it, don't get me wrong, when I'm drunk. But if I'm actually listening to hip-hop rap, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. And all the real hip-hop legends are spinning in their grave. Trust me. I wouldn't be rapping today if Tupac was alive. I would not be rapping today. I would not be rapping. I would do something else, draw pictures for a living. I'd draw for a living if Tupac was alive. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. I'd do something else. Why? Because my message does not need to be out there. He's already putting out the message that needs to be out there. Why do I need to amplify that message? I just need to support it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to leave him to do it. Now he's gone. Who's spreading that message? Nah. The hip-hop world's all twisted. They listen to different sound. Now it's 2020. So what's that? 25 years after Tupac's death. The hip-hop sound has warped where the people almost think you need a certain melody, reverb, ambience, or hi-hat to make your sound good. You know what I mean? They don't know fucking real shit. They need that certain echo. And don't believe me, I can do that echo. I've been I've been a professional of the echo, but that echo is not real. I can't listen to that echo myself, and that reverb and that rap fucking flow. You feel me? So
Yeah.
Tupac's spinning in his grave. All these motherfuckers are spinning in their grave. Rest in peace to all of them.
Were you a fan of Nipsey Hussle?
I won't say I was a fan of his music. As in, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I just never really peeped it.
Right.
In terms of him as a person, don't even get me started, brother. He was on my mixtape for copyright reasons before I took it off. He was on my mixtape.
Crazy.
Don't get me wrong. Nipsey, bro, not him rapping, but him in an interview was in my mixtape before I took him and Akon off. So, him as a person, I got no way to hate him. It's almost like looking in a mirror. As weird and gay and fucked up as it sounds, looking in the mirror, when I talk to someone saying, not when I talk to someone, when I see someone talking to someone saying, I do not give a fuck about you and your bullshit rules. I'm living by my rules. That's it. And that's it. And I was like, who's this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Okay, his music's real. You know, I wouldn't listen to it on a daily basis, but that's like the rest of the world.
Yeah.
That's like the rest of the world. He was more of a person than a musician.
Who do
you know
you,
what I mean?
Yeah. Who do you listen to like on a daily basis these days? Like who's in your main rotation currently?
I can't listen to much hip hop these days, brother.
Yeah.
Unless it takes me back. Man, I'm just listening to singing.
Yeah.
You'd have to name some people for me to address them. You know what I mean? I really can't name other rappers off the top of my head. Other rappers, YoLAY Reverence. Other singers, you got Bruno Mars, you got The Weeknd. You know what I mean? You go back to MJ, you go back to Prince, you go back to Sam Cooke. You know what I mean?
I love Sam Cooke, man. It's one of my favorites.
People have no idea. No idea. No idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know why? Because they woke up one day and they said, my homie's a rap star, but I've got more money. I could probably make it. Let me dye my hair. Let me fucking pretend I'm a gangster. Let me live shit that they've lived and ruin their whole legacy. You know what I mean? Tarnish their whole legacy by talking about shit that I don't know and then getting more fans than they will ever get. You know what I mean? That's hip hop. That's so many artists out there talking about lives that other real people are trying to express to the world. And I promise you, if real people expressed it, you're going to get people like fucking Method Man. You're going to get people like fucking Old Dirty Bastard. You're going to get people like Tupac that are expressing themselves. You know what I mean? Other people are bullshit.
Yeah. I know you've heard of this, one of the most bullshit artists, Tekashi 6ix9ine. You heard of that motherfucker, I'm sure, right?
You hear him around the hood. You hear him around, guys.
Not a lot of people fuck with. I mean, the young kids, I think they fuck with Tekashi 6ix9ine, but the real motherfuckers don't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? From
the get-go, I've been on the outskirt watching and just being like, this guy's a bomb. He's gonna self-destruct. Everyone around him is just gonna blow up. And that's what happened. Everyone around him got arrested and he's out there ready to die. Like, as in, like, he's going to get popped sooner or later. If I seen him, I'd smack that motherfucker. If other real people, I'm not talking about fake artists out there saying, if I seen him, I'll smack him. And then they see him and they're taking photos with him. Nah. Either way, if he wants to come out, like, he's going to get smacked and with his music and can't really affiliate himself. He snitched with a lot of people. So me, I've been on the outskirt looking at that, and everyone else has been bumping him. I'm not gonna lie, everyone's been watching him, saying, oh, he's hardcore, he's this, that, he's gang, he's this, that, and I'm watching on the outskirt going, woo. You have no idea. Not because of the videos or the music or anything, but it's little things. If you're in the fucking situation that I'm in, the game, if you're in the game that I'm in, you see people that are faking, brother. You see people that are faking with little tiny things. So you're watching out going, oh, he's not about it. Just let him do what he's going to do. And everyone around him in America was bumping it.
Yeah.
Everyone was like promoting him and like listening to him. Even me, brother, I would click on his shit and I'd watch it, waiting for the self-destruction, waiting for that self-destruction. I'd click it and I'd wait for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he gets locked up and snitches, just like you could have asked me he would have done. And then everyone goes, fuck him, he's a rat. It's like, I was so disappointed in a lot of rap legends. Why? A lot of rap legends, they looked out for Tekashi. They said, you know, we've got your back, we've got your back. You know, you're doing good for New York, you're doing good for New York. And then as soon as he snitched, they were like, you know, we were never affiliated with him. And me, as soon as it started, I was looking at them going, are you affiliating yourself with this guy? You're a hip hop and you're affiliating yourself with this clown, you know, metaphorically speaking, you're affiliating yourself with this gimmick.
Yeah.
I lost so much respect for actual hip hop, and then it took me back to the 90s, and it's like, what the fuck has happened, brother?
Yeah.
Even 50%, because I think about the torch. I think about Tupac almost passing the torch to 50 or DMX. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? 50's like almost adopted the guy. 50 almost adopted Tekashi, and it's like, what? Can't you tell? Can't you tell because you've been in the game? You've been in the game. Can't you tell what a fucking rat is? You've been in the game, cuz. Shouldn't you know? I lost respect for a lot of rappers, brother.
Is there ever like an artist though that you like don't really like their character, but or their whole like presentation, but you like maybe like just like one song off of their album?
I love music, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I love music. If it's good music, I'll listen to it, especially if I'm drinking. When you talk about character that I like, I think about Tory Lanez.
You fuck with his music, but you don't really fuck with his character.
I don't really know what his character is. You know what I mean? It's kind of going a couple ways. But I fuck with his work ethic, which means I fuck with his music.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
His character, it's kind of like, you know, it's hard for me to speak on because I just want to let him do what he does. But 1 minute he's in the shooting beef, and the next minute he's making love songs like fucking Nate Dogg or something.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Iggy Azalea?
Very good question. So she claims she was from what? Australia?
Mm-hmm.
Sydney?
Mm-hmm.
No chance, brother.
Huh?
No chance, brother.
Yeah.
No chance. Trust me. I'm from Sydney, the streets. I'm from the people. The people. No one has heard of her before she got signed with Big Sean or whatever, T.I. I think it was T.I.
Yeah.
Before T.I. or whatever, no one had heard her. And then all of us in Sydney are kicking back, going, okay, is this bitch going to represent us? Let's see. She's on an interview with Sway, and she said, you know, walking around Sydney, it was really weird. You know, there was homeless everywhere, and I felt really bad for everyone. And it's like, bitch, you've left Sydney fucking when you were, what, 17 or whatever? Like, get the fuck out of here. We're still in Sydney with the homeless. No one knows you. Nobody has seen you ever. Trust me. If you were with anybody coming around with the homeless, you'd be with 50 of your girls, 50 of your boys. You would not have come up here. Trust me. Trust me, no Iggy Azalea coming up to Redfern. That's the city she's talking about in Sydney. Redfern. That's what I'm talking about, where all the homeless are. You know what I mean? Where you can get off the station and you have to talk to 15 people before you get in your door about, sorry, I don't have money. And that's just like LA. And that's what I felt about LA when I went to LA for the first time. You have to go shopping before you get in the shopping door. Before you go to get dinner, you have to explain to someone, I don't got nothing, bro. Sorry, bro. And then you go in and get dinner. And then you come out. But that motherfucker had a backpack on and an iPhone in his hand. And it's like, what the fuck? Iggy Azalea ain't Aussie. So people that ask me personally about Iggy Azalea, she's not from here. Trust me, brother. No one knows her or has listened to her before she got signed to T.I. That's America. And I'm with America. I get blended with America. Why? Why do I get blended in with America? Because, you know, they listen to my sound and say, you sound American. Why do I sound American? The only music I listen to is American. So I could either sound like the music that inspires me as a boy and a man, or I could switch it up and sound like my nation. You know, stab a bitch in the throat with a gutter. Yeah, smack a bitch, I ain't cutting butter. Hey, fucking bitch, and that's gutter rap in Sydney. But nowadays in 2020, they've stolen the UK sound because they're not getting enough followers. They're not getting enough likes. What do you have to do to get enough likes in Sydney? Steal people's sound, according to them. UK drill sound. Pumping a rich in a water. Now I'm smacking a bitch, now she's slaughter. Now she's back in a bitch in a quarter. Yet she's back in a bitch in a mortar. Like, come on now. That's UK, that's England. We all know it, and you're only going to live a couple of years. Your music's only going to live a couple of years. It's never going to rise past Skepta, Tiny Temper. It's never going to rise past the legends. Recognize where you're from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
why
yeah,
I like your music, man. I feel like it's real. Real recognize real, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
100%.
fuck with your shit, man, heavy.
Yeah, real recognize real. And I could tell that as soon as I met you, cuz. As soon as I met you on the Instagram post and I checked out your shit and I seen all those posts of yours, I could tell recognize real.
That's
But,
that side piece track, man. I want to talk about that though. Like, how did that song, like the lyrics, what do the lyrics mean in that song, Side Piece, to you?
so I was with two homies writing that song, and that was just a fun song. Never intended to be on a mixtape. It was just a random song, and I was with two homies and thought, imagine we were all in like a hall. Used two boys beside me and me just rocking it out, fucking my side piece, and just doing the dance moves. So I had a whole dance routine before I made the lyrics. If you listen to what I'm saying, it's dance moves. My side piece got me all paranoid all night. Hit up my phone, wave by, two-step, pop up my collar. You know what I mean? It's all dance moves. So I was with, and my homies that I was with are professional dancers. They dance for a living, and I'm with them riding. I'm like, imagine us, you know what I mean? Blah, 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 blah. And they were all down for it. So that's exactly how that song came about. Nothing to do with the mixtape. I had a couple of songs that, like I mentioned, couldn't get on the mixtape, and I had to fill them in. And these were the backup songs, Side Piece and What We Won't Do. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that side piece track, man, that's a hit right there.
It's like a metaphor for, like, as you can tell by the hook, my side piece got me all paranoid. People think maybe gun, people think woman, and that's exactly what I'm going for.
Yeah. I that's funny you say that because I thought the same thing. The same thing, man. When I listened to that, because I probably listened to that song at least like 20 times now, and that's what those are the two things that I think of too, were either a side piece in a female or a pistol.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going for. Because it's up to your perception. If you listen to each one of my songs, I've been doing it for a long time, brother. I promise you, I've been doing it for too long, where it's not necessarily my thoughts, it's more than my thoughts. It's my thoughts, but I fucking deliberately turn it so that you can perceive it how you want to perceive it. You can perceive it PG, V, MA, or R. You know what I mean? You can perceive my lyrics how you want to perceive it. You can play my stuff on the radio, or you can play my stuff on a porno. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I've been going for, because when you first start off rapping, that's what all these Sydney rappers are doing now, because they got a lot of money and attention behind them, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's momentum that starts off when you first start rapping. We all get that. Let's see where they're going after 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, 10 years. I'm going on my 10th and I'm still fucking living. I'm still living life, you know what I mean? And people are still comparing me. I'm not comparing myself to no names. I haven't mentioned no name since this interview, and people are still comparing people to me. That's up to them. It's up to them.
Yeah.
You're not in my lane, cuz. When people look at the resume, if you take away Instagram views and sponsorships, if you take away sponsorships and Instagram views and YouTube views, and you look at the resume between the two artists and who's a real artist, one person is actually a phony, cuz, and you'll be disappointed, especially where I'm from. A whole bunch of phonies. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at my resume, are you kidding me, cuz? Already done with the Burnt Thugs. Already done. And I haven't even reached my peak. I used to dream at the end of my peak, I'll be rapping with my legends. I'll be rapping with my icons. Already done that, cuz. Already rapped with my icons. So what's up next? No one can compare with me in Australia. No one can compare with me in Australia. The only artist that have had a fucking feature as big as me is what? Hilltop Hoods or Bliss and Esso with fucking Nas. That's the only one with Nas. And they were signed with like a major record label. They were signed with a major record label on an album. Mine's independent on not even a single or an album or a mixtape. Independent, working with a motherfucker. What's the difference, cuz? They probably paid thousands for him. But real recognize real. You feel?
Yeah. I feel you, man. That's why I feel like your shit deserves the bigger look. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like as long as you keep grinding and never give up, I feel like that day's gonna come for you, man.
Much love, brother. Much love.
Yeah. Hopefully, I feel like this podcast episode will definitely kind of like bring some more attention to your music. That's what I hope for. Like all the people that I talk to, I like talking to real motherfuckers, and all the people that I talk to, like I want to see them win. So I'm rooting for you and your success, man. I believe in you as an artist, man.
Likewise. Me coming up, a lot of people, if I want to get an interview or if I can shout out from someone, what do they want? They want money or something. Real recognize real once again. And you're someone that's fucking grinding. You're hustling. You know what I mean? You're putting it out there. You know that it gives to get back. It gives to get back. You understand that, just like how I understand that. Other people, you should see my inbox, brother. It's a whole bunch of people asking for money, thinking I need help. How does that work? They're messaging me saying I need help. I need your money, you need help. No. You need my money, you need my help. Obviously. Or else I'd be messaging you. You know what I mean? So I respect people like you, cuz. Straight up independent grind, keep it going, cuz. I respect that 100%, and you got my full blessing, brother. Believe it. Because not even your post or the pictures in the background, but you as a person and you as a personality. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel you, and I feel like whatever I do that features you, if my shit does well, like your shit's gonna do well too, because I feel like you talking about like the music that you make, it kind of gives like the music a story. And people that listen to our conversation, they'll be like, yo, I want to check out YoLAY Reverence's music, man.
Gotta keep on growing, eh? Just gotta keep on growing together.
That side piece track, I feel like I'm gonna market that part and try to blow up that, side piece where you're talking about the breakdown of how that song came about, man. That song right there, man. That's on my, like, not a lot of songs like go on the all-time playlist. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's beautiful. Because I even hit up some fam and I was like, this motherfucker's underground. One day he's probably gonna be shining. Because trust me, man, because I looked at your post and I'm an energy boy. I don't give a fuck about anything else. I don't give a fuck about what you say. You could say anything. I feed off your energy. I feed off people's energy. Before I met you, your poster's energy was just all straight proper shit. And that's when I was like, all right, he was a real one to the fam. He was like, he was a real one. Check out this shit. The Bruce Lee. Trust me, my fam, cuz, are you kidding me? Bruce Lee's everywhere around my house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's when it was like it's a done deal when I seen your Bruce Lee post.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And like I said, I wanna see you win. So I'm gonna promote this episode heavy, and try to get your name bigger,
Likewise, brother. Let me know when you got some stuff edited and send it over.
What else you got going on today, man?
Vibing out, really. Vibing out.
Yeah. How was your Christmas? Did you have a good time with your family and friends?
Had a long night. It's a different Christmas when you're older, you know what I mean? So I'm at that stage now where it's kind of growing out of Christmas. But thankfully there's some young ones in my life that make me give the Christmas blessing back.
Yeah.
You need young ones for Christmas, trust me, because if you're all like above 15 celebrating Christmas, it's different. Once you have a young one that doesn't know that Santa's not real, you know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. You can put up decorations, you can put presents everywhere, and you can play it for him or her. There's no gimmick going on. Santa's 100% real. You know what it is. Like around me, I got a couple young ones. That's thankfully that's why I got the young ones. But apart from that, it's different. How do you feel about Christmas?
Yeah, it is different. Like as you get older, like I just get more. At my age, I'm 36. Yeah,
Yeah.
36 now, man. So at my age, like I just think about all the people that have come and gone in my lifetime, and
Mm-hmm.
I try to reach back and touch base with them around the holidays. Just call old friends and family and see how they're doing, and you know.
Right, completely different vibe, eh?
Mhm.
It's almost the vibe that you don't want to talk about. When you get older and you think about, because when you drink, especially, you shed a few tears when you think about your loved ones and you think about the past ones that aren't here with you. I'm talking from personal experience. I remember the first time I would ever sit back and shed tears is over myself when I turned 18. When I turned 18, I thought I would die. Not on my 18th, but I never thought I'd see to live 18. You know what I'm saying? I never thought I'd live to be 18 years old. So even till this day, every now and then I'll pour a drink and toast the fact that I've made it past 18 years old. That's how crazy my fucking shit was back then. You know what I mean? I'm talking wars on the street, wars in the school, house burning down, courts going to fucking getting arrested left, right, and center, fights left, right, and center, homies backstabbing you, bitches backstabbing you. I'm talking everything at that age where you're so young. It's either make it or you sink. Swim or sink. It's either that. And I'm honestly, bro, my life has felt like water coming up to my neck, and I'm trying to keep my head above water. That's my life. That's my life. When you're young, yeah, it's all fun and games. Once you get out of 5 years old, for me personally, I'm keeping my head above water, especially high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm happy you're like in a better place now, like your grind and hard work and dedication to whatever you're doing in life positive. I think it's going to pay off. It already seems like it has been, right?
100%. Thankfully, I'm at the stage now where I've got a song already called it, but I was younger when I did it, but right now, ready to die is the mentality, because I've had a few instances in life where you sit back and you go, I've seen it all. And that's how I was when I was young, teenager to 20, when I saw Bizzy Bone with the Bone Thugs perform in front of me. And I'm sitting there and I thought, I'm ready to die. That's it. I've seen it all. As a young boy, I rapped and everything at the time, but the fact that I saw Bizzy Bone in front of me with his eyes in his head going, I thought, that's it. I'm ready to die. That's it. I left my weed on the train. I left my drinks on the train. I was ready to start again. You know what I mean? I was ready to be resurrected. I was happy to go that night. And that's exactly how I felt when I did the song with Bizzy Bone. You know what I mean? I pinched myself like, that's it. Like, what else is there to do? Because I don't give a fuck about Instagram views. I don't give a fuck about views or likes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Money's one thing, and I'm comfortable with money. Trust me, cuz I'm comfortable with money right now in my life. Things will go up and down. I may struggle at some stages in the future, but right now I'm comfortable as fuck. And I've just done a song with my motherfucking icon, like my icon. I've just done a song with my icon. So you tell me, like, it's just I'm on a fucking. If this ain't heaven right now, I can order any food I want. You know what I mean? Even if women do annoy me right now, I've got the vocal capacity, because I got no ring on my finger, to say what I want to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've just put myself in a beautiful position because I've worked for so long, and it's about time.
You just got to stay focused on your grind. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them hoes like distract you too much.
Never, brother.
It's fun. They're fun to play around with every once in a while, but as long as you keep your eyes on the main goal, which is you're rapping and evolving as a hip hop artist. You know what I'm saying? Artist in general, because I think to me, like, you're bigger than just a hip hop artist. Like, because you do both. You do the like kind of like singing side as well as the rap. So you're multi-dimensional, and you produce the beats. So you're just kind of posted up today, not really doing too much.
No, I'm doing some music today. I'll be recording after this. Nothing too spectacular, but just in the studio again. And then after that, on to the next one, on to the next day.
Yeah.
That's what I do right now, day by day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky I got family around me. It's New Year's, it's Christmas time, so we all fucking together, hurdled, pretending like we one night's family. After that, we'll see what happens. You know how women react? You know what I mean? I'm surrounded by women right now, and you know how women react.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about girlfriends or anything like that. I'm talking about family. Like if you got mothers or stepsisters or girlfriends, women around you, if they don't get what they want, trust me, they're gonna let you know. And it's up to you to either fold and be like, all right, we have to get my girl whatever she wants right now because I don't want her to be disappointed. Or you can be like me and be like, you're gonna get nothing. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And they're gonna react two ways because I leave them with two options. Get abusive and be like, motherfucker, you ain't shit. Or the second option be like, he's right, I need to stop arcing up and be a queen to my king. I'm not a king to my queen, I'm a queen to my king. Full stop. You know what I mean? Too many girls out here. It's 2020 and I believe there's no girl out there for me. I'm talking about marriage-wise. You know what I mean? There's many girls out there for me. You know what I mean? But marriage-wise and spend the rest of my life-wise, there's no girls out there for me in 2020. Moral-wise, you know what I mean? It's too much money and politics and all this stuff to pollute their mind. And I'm not about that at all. I feel like I'm fucked up. I feel like I'm fucked up in a Western civilization. You know what I mean? These aren't my people, but they are at the same time. The closest to my people, apart from my home, which is Hurstville, South Hurstville, is LA. That's it. And why LA? Because everyone's grinding, bro. That's the only reason. Everyone's grinding. In Sydney, it's bullshit. Sydney's bullshit, cuz. Trust me, I'd fucking murk Sydney. You know what I mean? Sydney follows America. Australia follows America. We've got some cool artists that have been grinding and everything, but nah.
I don't know. Have you ever considered like moving to LA and then trying to grind out here?
100%. And as soon as I considered it, I was probably about 20 years old. And so not long ago, I fucking considered moving to LA. It was my dream to move to LA before I went to LA. And I thought to myself, I've got more chance of being happy, successful, and living what I want to do in my home than I do in a place surrounded by thousands of hyenas desperate to get that goal. Desperate for Kendrick or Dr. Dre's spot or Eazy-E's spot or The Game spot or Easy spot. For me, I feel like I blend in. Yeah, rappability is one thing, but it's only so far rappability goes. You need your character, like we've learned in 2020. You need more than a rappability, you need a character with it. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately for these people, they feel for the character and not the rappability, like you saw with that snitch. And now, you know what I mean? He's all that snitches people are locked up in jail, and all those people locked up in jail have kids, girls, families, and all they were doing was looking out for this guy.
Yeah, man.
And he got #1 in views, ratings, charts, billboards. So don't talk to me about views, ratings, charts, billboards, boy. Talk to me about streets. The more numbers you get to talk to you about on the street, compare that to me in Sydney. Compare the street talk in Sydney. That's all that I'm talking about. Compare the Sydney talk to your talk. I got more numbers on the streets and listening to my actual music than I do followers. Where these other motherfucking artists from Australia have more followers than people listening to their music. Where did the world go wrong?
You speak the truth, man. That's why I fuck with you, man. You keep it real. I appreciate that realness, man. That's how you feel. I feel like it's real. You're speaking from the heart.
24/7, cuz I've been kicked out of my own home because of how I talk. I've been kicked out of everything because of how I talk. You know what I mean?
That's why you're good at what you do, man.
I make a living off how I talk, though.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. I like that.
And I still got my friends. That's what matters. You know what I mean? The people that know me. And my mother she still rides with me, and my close partners still ride with me, close homies still ride with me. No matter how hard I work and they're not working, or no matter how hard they work and I'm not working, we're still fucking hood. You know what I mean? So if people want to test one of us, believe me, our whole lives are gone to stick up for each other. For example, if my homie's a fucking bricklayer and he gets problems, my whole rap career's on the line. You know what I'm saying? If my whole career gets problems, his whole bricklaying career is on the line. That's an example of where I'm coming from. I don't need to walk around with 50 people. I don't need to walk around with 20 people. I'm going to walk around how I've been walking around since I've been walking around. You feel me?
You still got to kind of like be safe though, right? Because even in America, I'm sure since you're a hip hop fan like myself, you probably see a lot of news in America about these young hip hop artists getting killed out here, right?
Well, America's a different game to Australia. Like America, guns talk. In Australia, nowadays, knives talk. Where I'm from, these talk, brother. I'm the smallest kid, and that's why people support me, because they've seen me. People that support me have seen me fight people double my size, and they've seen me fucking throw down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But once they pull out the knife and stuff, it's a different question. Once they pull out the gun and stuff, it's a different question. It's some dirty stuff. Like, I always think about it constantly. Think about X, think about Pac, think about Biggie. All these people, they got taken because people weren't fucking man enough to go and take it. They weren't man enough to go and take it. You know what I'm saying? They had to pull up with a weapon, a firearm. It's like a slingshot, and be like, pew, 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 pew. I'm a sitcom. Pew, 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 pew. Come on now. Like, I understand if I die, I die. But where I come from, they're going to come back. I always stress, brother, I don't need to be walking around with 10 to 50 people to let you know if you want dramas with me, you got dramas with Sydney. Not in South Sydney, not West or East or fucking North or South. Sydney, because I've been all around Sydney where these people are just burrows. All these people are burrows, and I've dipped my shit in all these burrows. And they were nowhere when I was dipping my shit in their burrows. They were nowhere. Still in school, what, sucking dick, whatever. You know what I'm saying? When I was doing my thing, when I'm a young 16-year-old, now they're 21, 22-year-olds hardcore. When I was 15, 16, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Now they're all hardcore. Please, put down your guns, put down your straps, and let's really talk about unity. This is unity right here. I've been in many of these, and I'm best friends after this. Best friends after this. Because they live to fight another day. Other times, though, a lot of them take the steroids and stuff. After a fight, they would not handle the fact that a young boy, like if I could stand up, I'm half the size of most people. The fact that a young boy, but I love fighting. I don't want to fight. It's a scary situation. I could die, but I fucking peak off it, brother. I peak off it. Like, you just have to ask around. You just have to ask around. You know what I'm saying? You just have to ask around Sydney. I peak off fighting, cuz.
Yeah.
And that's it. Full stop. Like, game over.
You be watching UFC?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Who are some of your favorite fighters right now?
Man, one of my favorite fighters is having a bit of a rough slate at the moment. Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
He just got beat by fucking Oliveira. Number one is Conor. Like, I could bring you merch all over the place of Conor. Like, I was a big fan of Conor before his talk. Just watching his style, I was like, if I ever fought, his stance is to mimic, because that's how I stand, like that kind of karate stance. But I give him props. I could never kick how Conor kicks. His precision and his punching and his stance, everything to do with that, all the boxing and stuff. Ask around, brother. Ask around. I'm telling you, like, I've been locked up about 3 times, and I've thrown about 2 punches for fights. You know what I mean? Like, it's bullshit. The stance is everything, and I noticed the stance. But his kicking game, I haven't put in enough work. You know what I mean? His kicking game is far superior than I could imagine myself being.
Well, he gets paid to do that shit for a living, and right. if you weren't focused on being the greatest MC from Sydney of all time, you could probably find time to train, you know, fighting as well, right?
Well, I have thought about it. What originally, when I was a young boy, stopped me from joining MMA was the cauliflower ears. I'd see all the fighters with the cauliflower ears, bro. And I said, I'd love to do that, but how do they do that? Or just training and wrestling and rubbing their head ears on the mat. I said, oh, not worth it. But from birth, brother, I was born a rugby league player, brother. In Australia, do you know rugby league?
Oh, rugby, right? It's
not union. It's similar to rugby union. In Australia, it's a similar sport. So that was how I was born. I was born into that sport, rugby league. And that was my passion and everything. And then eventually I lost a bit of joy and I lost a bit of fun in it. and I gave it up for a bit. Once I gave it up, I started feeling a bit of pain in my body and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
After I felt a bit of pain in my body, I didn't want to go back because I felt if I copped that dog shot again, you always cop the shots from behind and the shots from the side. I played for 15 years and I was all good. But once I quit, my body started rusting up a bit. Once I quit, my body started relaxing, kind of stiffening up, and I started feeling injuries I'd never felt in the last 15 years. I'd stay up all night feeling my shoulder and stuff. And I just thought, if I get tackled in the wrong spot again, I may be paralyzed. You know what I mean? And I still to this day, I still want to play, brother. Still to this day, I still want to play because just like hip hop and just like the streets, ask about me with rugby league. I played 15 years, like I said before, minimum, 15 years minimum captain as the smallest player in the one of the smallest players in the comp, because you had a couple smaller players than me. A couple smaller players, but one of the smallest players and the captain of a team double my size, 17 other men for 15 years. You know what I'm saying? But mind you, I'm writing books and I'm doing poetry, but I had my parents said anger problems. I wouldn't say anger problems. I just needed to fucking do something all the time, fidgety. You know what I mean? Look at me right now. I was always fidgety, and that was like footy and keeping me off that red cordial.
It's been good talking with you, man.
Hard out, bro. Hard out, likewise.
I feel like we can always talk more in the future, you know, especially like when you have like a new project that you're about to drop.
Bro, like I mentioned earlier, man, I'm a fan of the fact that you're independently grinding and you ain't got no people behind you fucking pushing you and trying to tell you what to say. And you didn't have to tell me what to say. You're independently grinding, which means I can independently express myself, which means you're a beautifully platform for me. So, bro, if you ever want to fucking kick it and do an interview, I'm always down with you, cuz I got your back.
Likewise, like I told you, man, like if this shit ever blows up, the P.V.R LYFE project, and you know, if I start pulling views, and anytime you have like a project coming out, just hit me up, and then you know, we can schedule another episode, and then I'll have you on and you can promote it.
Yeah, likewise, bro.
Yeah.
What's an artist comes to your mind right now?
An artist that comes to my mind? I've been wanting to go back and listen to like Drake's old music, like from the beginning, like when he first came out to how he evolved into who he is today. Because he wasn't the same, you know, when he first came out.
No, it wasn't the same, especially the crowd he was around. Yeah, the crowd he was around were all gangbangers, you know what I'm saying? And he was that flashy boy with that flashy coat, nice jewelry. But me personally, brother, it's almost like we could wrap it up on this note, because I don't fuck with anyone that has a history of ghostwriters, bro. Personally. If you have a history of someone writing your shit, I ain't listening to you. You're disqualified, according to me. If you ask me, you're disqualified if you have people writing your shit. I've been doing this too long to find out that you have people helping you write your bars. Trust me, because it's like if I'm a weightlifter, a professional weightlifter, and I'm lifting 50 kilos, and then Drake comes along and he has two people helping him out lift 50 kilos. And I sit there going, woo! No chance, guys. No chance. You're disqualified in my game, which is real hip hop. Ask any real hip hop MC or artist, 20,000s or 90s, and tell me what they say about Drake's music, because when it comes to realness, don't get me wrong, if I'm drinking, I'll probably go listen to Drake right now in the club. You know what I mean? Because he's always on and he's a good time. If I'm sitting down listening to lyrics, bro, he's not holding a candle to other rappers, bro. He's not holding a candle to any of them. Not even close, brother. Not even close. I'm sorry. He may sound well. Let's listen to the dialogue. Let's listen to what he's saying. Let's put him up against proper MCs. And it's almost like he is just a melody, just a hook. I appreciate that, but stick in your lane. You know what I mean? Stay in your lane.
Yeah. I feel you. And I feel like once more people listen to your music, like on a mainstream level, I think that, you know, they'll appreciate that about you. Is I feel like your lyrics are real. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like your stuff, man. It's real shit. Side piece.
Yeah, I appreciate that, brother. The thing is, these days, people need to see the views before they appreciate it. So before you show me the song, let me know how many people like it. Oh, 1 million people like it? I'm going to like it too. And that's the problem nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So give it a bit of time, because life is balance. Trust me, life is balance, and you can tell in many aspects of life. But let's just talk about hip hop, gangster rap, turn to pop rap, turn to trap. All right. Now, at what stage are people milking in and going to start dropping the hardcore rap? Because people are going to get identified for being phonies. People are going to get started like fake Crips, Blueface. You're a fake Crip. Now, this is all in balancing life. You know what I'm saying? In life, real Crips will step up to the plate and make a real hit record because people are saying, you're fake, you're a fake Crip, you're a fake Crip. Let's have a real Crip. Now, put that into all of comparison of hip hop in 2020. Cardi B's, Blueface, babies, lils. You know what I'm saying? Put them all into the categories, and they're all not only the same sound, but they're all talking about lives that they're not a part of. So when they get tested, you know what I mean? When they get tested, what's up? I'm not talking about their homies. I'm talking about them as a human. Put down your homies, put down your guns, and come see me. And let's talk about let's talk about it. I'm not necessarily this, but if you want this, let's go this, because I'm comfortable. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm happy here. This is where I thrive. Like the only thing I worry about is getting dog shotted from behind. That's the only thing scary about a fight, getting hit from behind. For me personally, that's the only thing scary about me. I've been there and done that. I can handle myself. Trust me. I can handle myself against a couple of motherfucking dogs, as long as they put down their strap. As long as they put down their strap and show themselves who's a man. If you want to hold guns up, any man could die. Any legend could die. What the fuck is that? And that's where America's fucking hypnotized right now. And I hate to close it on this as well, but with the whole Black Lives Matter movement and everything, bro, it's like people want equality, right? That's the main thing, equality, right? We want what you want. All right, let's give everybody what we want. I'm speaking from other people's perspective. Let's give everybody what we have, all right? And then the African Americans say, but you can't dress like us. You can't talk like us. You can't rap hip hop because that's our culture, but we want equality. And then everyone else in the white's going, what? We're sticking up for yous. We love what yous do, and yous love what we do. We both love of yous don't recognize the enemy. Yous don't recognize the enemy. Who's the enemy? The people with the money and the power and the elites. Full stop. Full stop. It's not second class, third class, first class, zero class. It's poor versus rich. Trust me, cuz. Everyone that thinks they got a bit of money, they're living in the fantasy. As in their parents' money, or if you have a good job, you're living in a fantasy, because eventually you may have a situation where the house is saying, we're giving up your property. You got to find a new place to live. Why? Because the government said so. You know what I mean? It's too late. It's too late for you to turn around and say, but this is my home. It's too late. And this is all in comparison with money and everything.
I agree.
People are tripping. People are tripping on the enemy. People are thinking it's whites versus blacks. Nah. It's poor versus rich right now. It's poor versus rich because they have enough money to make the world good. Believe me. They have enough money to make everybody in this world happy. Why don't they? Because they need control. They need control. But they ain't gonna control me, and they ain't gonna control people around my circle. Way of the Dragon. Bruce Lee. Rest in peace.
I feel you, man. That's a good way to end it, man. I like that. I like that energy, man. I feel you. That's some real shit, man.
Thank you for being on your show, my homie.
Yeah, man. Good way to end it, man. I appreciate your realness.
All good. Well, hit me up in the future, and I'll definitely hit you up as well with the future projects. And I can't stress enough, thank you for having me on your show with an independent platform, brother. It's more than anything. It's more than a record label or fucking major platform, cuz independent platforms is how the people fucking grow. Once we get, obviously the people around us are getting. Who's around us? The independent people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's love. That's love, brother.
Yeah, shout out to YoLAY Reverence, repping Sydney, New South Wales, right?
100%, New South Wales, Sydney, cuz global, though.
Yep. Check him out, man. He has projects out now on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube under his name, YoLAY Reverence. Check him out. If there's any song you guys check out, man, it's Side Piece off of his newest project, Outspoken. That's my shit. All right, man.
Much love, bro. I appreciate having you, man.
Yeah, thank you for your time again, man. And yeah, I'll hit you up soon, man.
All good, brother. Much love.
All right, keep doing your thing, brother.
Woo! Hit it up.
All right, peace out. All right, thank you.
Double OT.